Hello guys, welcome to the channel. So on your screen is a former Manchester City player, former Chelsea player, also winger, Sean Wright Phillips, who is, he rates Timm very highly, and he's saying that this is a good player. They used to play together in the USA for a Phoenix, back then, and he's also questioning with why is this player not playing for the national team. We're also going to talk about Coach Hugo, who has highlighted the problems that we have as South Africans, in terms of our football. Remember that South Africa played against, was it Andorra, and they drew 1-1, which is very shocking because that team is like down there in terms of rating. Let's get back to it. Sean Wright talks about Miguel Timm. He says, I've got a friend. Actually, he plays here, and I played with, when I was in Arizona, and he's Miguel Timm. I think he plays with Pirates, and I think for me, he is a phenomenal footballer. I think with his ability, I think he should have achieved a lot more because there's not many footballers that I played with, especially in the States, with his IQ level of football, and yeah, man, guys, he also questions the fact, why is Miguel Timm not playing for the national team? He says, Guti, I actually have been surprised, but like I said, that is what happens. It also depends on what club you're at, because England used to be like that. For me to get into the national team on a permanent basis, I basically had to leave the club that I love. Where does this change now? So I can imagine, it will change now, so yeah, man, hopefully Miguel Timm will keep on playing, get the opportunities, and he's been a great player for Pirates. Not the fastest of players and not the skillful of players, but he just knows the football basics and he wins the balls. And I just love Miguel Timm. In the midfield, I also believe that this was a great signing for Orlando Pirates, and the Manchester City legend is also in agreement with that, saying that Timm is a good player, and in fact he says that Timm deserves much better. But yeah, in terms of opportunities, sometimes they don't conform with your how talented you are, so there are those barriers also. Now, what is the concern of Coach Hugo Bruce? So, oh, sorry about that. So the biggest issue, guys, in terms of Hugo Bruce, he says we do not have goal scorers. South Africans don't know how to score. In simple English, nje. It says, I think we learned a lot. This was a difficult game, so it was a good experience for the young guys, who have obviously played for the first time. He says, so I think that they know the difference now between the PSL and these type of games, even when you play the teams that are ranked 150 or something in the FIFA rankings. The goal for us was always, just to give those unkept players a chance to have that experience, and I'm satisfied. So you get that, guys. The goal was, you saw the lineup, Buffet too. It was a new lineup, it was a new team, and it was always that question, is this team gonna click? So he says the goal was to just give them that experience, the new players, because there was a lot of new players there, players that have not played before. He says, Guti, I think we've shown again, Guti, the problem with South African football is that we do not have a goal scorer, the guy who gets one chance and scores the goal. If you check, we had 6 or 7 chances and we only scored once. So in this game, you'll always win if you are more aggressive and if you have more quality in front of the goal. But again, it is the only thing that I'm not satisfied with, but the rest I am satisfied a lot. So that's the concern that we have in South Africa, and I think the coach is 100% correct. You don't have to look further, just go and look in our league. How many goals does the top goal scorer have? How many goals at the end of the season will the top goal scorer have? It's very difficult to get to the 20s and 30s. So it shows there's still a lot, that South Africans must improve on in terms of scoring goals. Even now, I think the top goal scorer is sitting at like 10 or 11 goals in like 15 or 16 games. So if you go and check other leagues, they've already tripled, that. So yeah, we still need to improve in terms of scoring goals.